Hi everyone, welcome to the Digital Darkroom badge. Before we get started, just wanted to let you know that you should have watched the two videos before this one on how to edit your photos and how to resize them. You definitely want to learn how to do that so that way you can make the photos on your website look a lot better and make them load faster, because if you have large photo sizes, it tends to take a long time for the photos to load on your website. So just make sure you do that. I have cheat sheets to follow along, so if you don't want to watch the whole video or I'm going too fast, you can just follow along with that. So let's get started for the Digital Darkroom badge. So what you need to do is make sure that you have your photos in one place, whether it's a darkroom folder or in your image folder like this. I created a darkroom folder just because it's easy to have everything I want in one place so I don't have to go looking for them. Excuse me. So as you can see, I have all of my photos like this. You should have 12 or 14 photos all together. And we're just going to get started and open up your text Wrangler or Notepad++ and open up your template page. So I already have the Digital Darkroom badge page finished, but what you need to do is open up your template page, and the first thing to do is save it as digital-darkroom.php or .html, however far you are in the class. Make sure you save it like that, and then you can get started. Make sure you do this first so that way you don't accidentally save over the template page and you don't have the template page anymore. So now that we are officially into the web page, we can get started. So we're going to make a headline like this that says Digital Darkroom Badge. I used H2. You can use whatever you want. It's just to title the page so you know what you're looking at. I also have break tags all over the place, and especially if you're using bigger photos or putting photos in between text, you're going to want to use break tags a lot because it spaces things out better and just it makes the layout look a lot nicer. So the first thing we're going to do is learn about the image tag. So whether it's a photo or a graphic or a logo or something that you're using, you're going to be using the image tag. So you're going to start the image tag like this and put IMG, and then you're going to put the source. So you're going to put the equal sign, the quotation mark, and then you're going to put the folder. So wherever your images are, whether it's in a darkroom folder or the image folder, make sure you source or reference it, and then put the title of your fixed photo. So you can either do light or dark fixed. It doesn't matter which one you do first because they're both going to be up there. Make sure you spelled it right and end the tag with another quotation mark. The next one you're going to put in is class, and this is very important because this makes sure that the image is responsive to whatever you're doing to it, whether, as you can see here, whether you're moving the page around like this or putting a border around it, and make sure the image doesn't warp itself or do anything like that. And then you have your alt and title tags, so that way when you hover over the photo like this, you get the little title. And then you're going to close the tag like this. So you don't need a slash like that, you don't need that, it just ends it like that. And then you're going to put another break tag, and then you're going to copy and paste the image code and put in your other photo. So if you started with light, put dark, or if you started with dark, put light-fixed.jpg, keep the image responsive, put the alt and title tags in, and then you should upload it to your website or refresh the page, however you're doing this, and check out your work. So make sure that you can see the photos, that it's not popping up with image not found or anything like that. Make sure everything is spelled correctly, and if you're still having problems, then contact Professor Gruen and he can help you walk through the steps on how to upload photos to the server. but you should have your two photos like this. They may load very slow if you have a slow connection, but this is just to show you what everything looks like, not resized or resized. Okay, so now we're going to go into size matters. So you're going to take the images that you resized. You should have a large, a medium, a small, and a thumbnail. So basically what you're going to do is copy your image source tag from up here, and then you're going to create a large headline like this. I put the strong there, it kind of makes it look bolder underneath the size matters. You can just put H3 and just keep making headlines like that. But basically then you're going to paste your image tag that you used up here, except you're going to change fixed into large like that. Change the alt and title tags to reflect the large title, and you're going to create a break and then put in the other photo. So whichever ones you're started with, put the light or dark in second, and keep the image responsive. You always want to have this. Change the alt and title tags to reflect the title of the photo that you're using, and you should have your large photo set up like this, and it'll look like that. It's pretty easy from here on out. Basically what you're going to do is then copy and paste the code from up here from the Darkroom large photo, and you're going to create headlines and put in the medium, small, and thumbnail photos. So it's pretty easy for the first part because all you're doing is just changing the title from large to medium to small to thumb. You should also remember to change the alt and title tags when you're copying and pasting. I know I forget sometimes, and sometimes the titles of my photos will be all messed up, and I'm like, you know, this isn't a flamingo, it's a baseball player. So make sure that you have the right title tags in there, and make sure that you are referencing the right folder and everything is spelled correctly. So once you have your large, medium, small, and thumbnail code up, the steps are all in the cheat sheet as well. So if you're not following along with the video, you can follow along with that. And you should have your large photos like this. Make sure you have break tags or they're going to end up really squished together. I know I like it kind of more evenly spaced out, especially if there's more than one photo. Here's your medium photo. Medium photos are kind of like my default for putting photos in with a blog or something with an article, because it shows the detail of the photo but doesn't take too much away from the article or writing itself. Excuse me. And then the large photos are good for photo galleries and content that is explicitly showing photos. And then the small and thumbnail are great for logos, graphics, and headshots. Some things that you don't really need a lot of detail, so you don't need to worry about it taking away from the content of your website. Alright, so now we're going to go into kind of customizing the photos so they're not just kind of sitting on your page like this. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to create a headline saying customization, put a break tag, and then put in the headline centered. You can keep it at H2 or H3, whatever. I'm keeping it at H3 so you can tell that it's a new part of the page. And what you're going to do to get the photo to be centered is you can either put in an align tag, which you can see right here, or you can put center tags around the image tag. I did the center tags like this just because when I put an align tag in there, it messed up the alignment of other photos on the page. So a lot of what you have to do is when you're putting a photo into a page, check it to make sure, or upload it to your server and then check it to make sure it's not messing with the layout of the page itself, because then you're going to have to kind of get creative and put in different tags to make sure it fits correctly. So I put, you can just copy and paste one of the size matter photos. So I just took the light large photo and I added center tags around it, and then you should get your photo in the center like this. Now if you want to align your photo to the right, here is where you can put in an align tag and put in the word right like this, and after that it should align to the right like that. Now obviously the photos are default on the left, so you don't have to worry about aligning to the left unless you're adding a border or edges or anything like that. But basically you just, for center, if you want to center your photo, you're going to put center tags around the image tag, and if you're going to align it right or left, you put in an align tag. Alright, and if you want to create a table, so after you put in your right aligned photo, put a bunch of break tags so that way it won't kind of warp the layout of the page. Put in a bunch of break tags, and then what you're going to do is take a table, take table tags that you would use for text. So if you're creating like a table about Netflix shows that you like, just take that, and then instead of putting in the text, you're going to put in the images tag like this. So like I said, you can just keep using the photos from up here, the size matters part of the page. And what you do is, I centered the table, so you create a center tag, and then you put in a table tag like this, and then you're going to put in a TR tag like that, and then a TD tag, and then after that you're going to put in your image tag, and then you're going to close the TD tag. Don't close the TR tag yet. So make sure you have your image tag correct, and then you're going to press on another line, you're going to put a TD tag, your image, then you're going to close the TD tag. Now you can put more than 2 photos, but for this I just put 2 photos. So once you're finished with your table, what you're going to do is close out with the TR tag right here. So the TR should be right by the first line and then after the last line of the table, and then you're going to put or close the center tag, then close the table tag. And once you do that, you should get a table that looks like this, so you can get photos that are side by side. And then after that, you can put another break, and you can, we're going to start putting in borders now. So here are what the borders look like. This is a small border, and then this is a larger border. And what you're going to do is take your image tag and put a style tag within it. It can be anywhere after source, but you can put a style tag in, and this just shows that you can make a width and a height however you want it. So if you resize it in Photoshop or whatever, but you want it to be an even more specific size, then you put in width in pixels, so width and height like this. And then what you need to do if you want a border is write border colon how solid you or how big you want the line to look. So I put for the first one 2 pixels, which you can see here, so that's a pretty thin line. And then you put solid, so that way the line is solid around the photo. But if you want, you know, a dotted line or anything like that, you're going to have to look up the tag. I'm sure there are definitely different ways you can put borders on photos, you just have to Google it. But leaving it solid like this will keep the border black, and if you want a different color border, you just add the color like this. So the next one you can see is red, but if you want a blue one, you just put in blue or green, whatever color. And if it's not reading the color, then you either have to do something in the CSS style sheet, or look up the HTML color code tag, so that way you can put in the color of the border that you want. And as you can see, this one is a bit larger, so I put in 5 pixels, and basically you can make it any size you want. Anything bigger than 10 though is going to look really, really thick and weird, so I'd say from 2 to 5 is a pretty good range for borders around photos. And then if you want the edges to look different, all you need to do is, you're not going to add a style tag, you're going to keep it within the class tag, and you're going to put IMG dash rounded, or IMG dash circle, or whatever color, or whatever shape you want it to be. So that's within the class tag, which you can see here. So you put it after the image responsive tag. You don't put the quote until after the shape. But basically this is rounded edges, like you can see here, or if you have a single subject, sometimes a circle like this looks really cool, so you just put IMG dash circle. And you can look up different shapes online, if you want like a diamond or a square or a rectangle, whatever you want it to be. So that should be it. All the tags and all of the code lines are all within the cheat sheet, so if you couldn't really follow along with the video, all you have to do is just look at the cheat sheet, follow along there. But after this video, you should have your unretouched or unresized photo at the top, just to show you what really large photos look like on a website. And then you should have your large, your medium, small, and thumbnail photos. And then you should have a centered photo, a right-aligned photo, a table, and then you want to have your borders and edges. And if you find anything else, keep adding them to the page, just to kind of keep experimenting. This page can be used to experiment with different shapes and colors and filters of photos, so it doesn't end up on maybe your final or whatever other page you're using. You can just kind of keep using this as an experiment page. So feel free to add stuff, and feel free to email Professor Gruen or email me if you have any more questions. Otherwise, I would just say Google it. All the answers are out there, especially if you want different style tags and things like that. So I hope you have fun with this. Images are a great part of your website, and they make it a lot more fun to look at. So I hope you guys have fun. Thank you.